Back. Today we are going to discuss science and technology questions. Every year UPSC asks minimum 10 questions. In last 4 years UPSC asked, in 2020 it has asked 11 questions, in 2019 it has asked 11 questions, in 2018 it has asked 13 questions, in 2017 it has asked 10 questions. So totally 22 marks, 26 marks and 20 marks. But what is the cutoff here? In 2018 it is 98, here it will be 96 to 98. So you can imagine the ratio and you can conclude that science and technology plays a significant part in clearing UPSC prelims. Okay. The solo aim of this video is to make you understand some tricks to score minimum 10 and 12, maximum 12 marks with very little knowledge. But to score these 10 to 12 marks you have to maintain your nerves, means you should not get tense in examination. If you don't get tensed, your brain, your mind will work faster and sharper. Now we'll see the questions. Through questions we can learn now the tricks. What is the importance of using pneumococcal conjugate vaccines in India? These vaccines are effective against pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. These vaccines have no side effects and cause no allergic reactions. Imagine in examination you don't know this option. After seeing this option you should not get panic. I don't know this, how to solve this. Okay, you no need to worry. Come to the second option. You also don't know whether this disease is caused by bacteria or virus. So you also don't know this. Come to this. These vaccines have no side effects and cause no allergic reaction. See, Covaxin, Covishield, hepatitis B vaccine, or etc. Any vaccine if you take, it will at least cause fever or pain or some allergy. Okay, because if you even take polio injection vaccines, it will also cause some side effects and some allergic. So what does it mean? Any vaccine means this is also vaccine, this will also cause some allergy or some side effect. So you can eliminate immediately 3. Eliminate 3. So you left with A and B now. Dependency on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. Now we will take this Covishield vaccine for coronavirus we are using. A non-infected person will take this vaccine, first dose and second dose. Okay, then he will not be infected with coronavirus. Even if he gets infected, the virus will be, impact of that virus will be negligible or mild. It won't be severe, right? So what happens here? Two cases happening after taking vaccine. Mild or not infected. So here you no need to take, in this case you no need to take any medicine. In this stage you have to take very less medicines. Okay, this is in the case of virus. It is in the, because why? Because when you take vaccine, antibodies will develop in your body. It will fight against disease or infection or virus. Likewise, if you take any bacterial vaccines, you no need to take any antibiotics if you are not infected, because you will not be infected with any disease caused by the bacteria. It is the same case if you are infected with infected mildly also, you will use very less medicines, right? In these two cases, in this case, because you are mildly affected, less medicines. What are those medicines? Less antibiotics you will use. So what it's saying, dependency on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistant bacteria can be reduced. So it less medicine means what? Less antibiotics you are using. So what? Now this is correct. You can say this is correct with your live example of Covaxins or COVID Shield vaccine or any other vaccine that you have taken. So when these two are correct, automatically A is correct. Sorry. When this is wrong, this is wrong. So 2 is correct. So automatically B is correct. So very easy question. You should not get panic. You should definitely think like this in examination hall, because this first option is to make you feel stress. Psychologically UPSC is playing with you, so you should not fall trap to that psychology. So now come to the second question. With reference to the carbon nanotubes, consider the following statement. You should understand what is carbon nanotube here. Carbon, in the name itself it is that it is something made up of carbon, and nanotube means very small. The measurement is very small. Okay, nanos. It is measured in nanos. So they can be used as a carrier of drugs and antigens in the human body. They can be made into artificial blood capillaries for an injured part of the human body. They can be used in biochemical sensors. Carbon nanotubes are biodegradable. See, carbon nanotubes are made up of carbon. So carbon is biodegradable. Very simple. You don't need to know, but you should not think whether it is biodegradable or non-biodegradable. It is biodegradable. Carbon, we all know that carbon is biodegradable. So where is 4? 4 is in everything. But where is, along with 4, what is common? 3 is common, 3 is common, 3 is common. So 4 and 3 is correct. Here it is, we are talking about nanotubes, right? Nano plus tubes. Okay, we said it is biodegradable, so it is not harmful. Biochemical sensor, UPSC itself gave you clue. So this is a tube. So here artificial blood capillaries are there. So these are also blood capillaries are tubes. Why can't you use these carbon nanotube? We can use as artificial blood capillaries. So this is also correct. So now this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, because the size of the nanotubes are very small. they can penetrate into our body very easily. Okay, so they can be also used for as a carriers of drugs. So this is also correct. So answer is D. Actually, whenever you see this type of question, you should not think this much. I'm just decoding this question for you only. Otherwise, I would have just ticked everything and answer is D, because it is biodegradable. Biodegradable, it can be used for many purpose, and it is also the small in very small in nature, small size, very very small size. So it can be really useful for multiple applications in medical field, in non-medical field. So the clue lies in the fourth option itself. So consider the following statements. Genetic changes can be introduced in the cell that produce eggs or sperms of a prospective parent. A person's genome can be edited before birth at the early embryonic stage. A human-induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of a pig. Genetic changes can be introduced in the cell. See, genetic changes can introduce to any type of cells that produce eggs and sperm. It doesn't matter. You can introduce genetic changes in any type of cells. So one is correct. Okay, because you should be knowing little knowledge about genetic changes, because it is this technology is future of medical science now. Okay, so genetic changes can be introduced in the cells. Yes, it is true, it can be introduced in the cells. Okay, because cell contains genetic material, man. That's it, as simple as that. And when one is correct, so out of these two, answer should be, so you can eliminate this, you can eliminate this. A person's genome can be edited before birth at the early embryonic stage. Okay, you don't know this. The human induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of pig. See, much of the clinical trials, especially when it comes to genetic trials, will take place on pigs. So when you know this link, then whatever this here it is given, it is irrelevant. Okay, it is correct. So 1 and 3 is correct and D is correct. So little knowledge you should definitely know to answer this question, this type of questions. Genetic changes can be introduced in cells because cell contains genetic material. It is very simple logic. So 1 is correct. A person's genome can be edited before birth at the early embryonic stage. This is also correct. If you daily read Hindu newspaper, definitely you will find this type of articles. And recently China scientist has done this. And 1 2 is correct, and here also D. If you know 1 and 3 also, answer is D. Very simple. With the present state of development, artificial intelligence can effectively do which of the following? Bring down electricity consumption in industrial units, create meaningful short stories and songs, disease diagnosis, text to speech conversion, wireless transmission of electrical energy. Definitely these two you would have experienced in your life. Samsung wireless charger, how it is charging with AI technology. Okay, and text to speech conversion, artificial intelligence is involved. So 4343 is correct. So 4545 is here. So among these two, answer is there. You can eliminate this one. So you don't know about disease diagnosis, leave it. Create meaningful short stories and songs. This is also correct because UPSC itself gave here too. So you should know whether 1 is correct or 3 is correct. Here artificial intelligence is there. What is artificial intelligence? Intelligence you are feeding to some machine. Okay, these act like a human. Okay, so it can, if machine is acting like a human, so it can do this. Third point is also correct. So 2 3 4 5 is correct. So where 2 3 4 5 is there? Only here. So answer is D, as simple as that. It is artificial intelligence, right? There is artificial intelligence, there is natural intelligence. Okay, when artificial intelligence word we will use when we feed some intelligence to some machine. That can be robots, and that can be mobile phone, that can be anything. Okay, that can be Amazon's Alexa. Okay, that can be anything. So it acts according to whatever intelligence you have given. So if you give robot to act to do some medical stuffs, it can do this. So answer is D, very simple. No need to think too much in examination, very simple. With reference to the visible light communications technology, which of the following statements are correct? VLC uses electromagnetic spectrum wavelength 375 to 780 nanometers. We don't know this. Okay, no issues. Visible light communication technology is known as long range optical wireless communication. VLC can transmit large amount of data faster than Bluetooth. We don't know this. Okay, no issues. VLC has no electromagnetic interference. We don't know this. No issues. But definitely we should know this, right? Because how we can know this? They are talking about visible light and they are talking about long range. Okay, you go and switch on light in your room and see this light travels how long, the distance it travels. This light hardly it will travel to every corner of your room. Outside your room it will not pass. Why it will not pass outside of your room? Because you will close the door. When you close the door, the light rays will not pass through the door. Means what? The distance of the light is your room length and breadth. It can travel only within your room. Even if walls are not there, it can travel only to a certain distance. It cannot travel to longer distance. We all know about the light. Okay, so when you eliminate this 2, answer is C. That's it. You don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this, still you got answer. As simple as that. Here also the same way, this question also. Artificial intelligence, you feed intelligence to some machines, it acts whatever intelligence you are feeding the program, the machine acts like a human. When machine is acting like a human can do everything, medical stuff and non-medical stuff. So every answer is correct. So come to the next question. Consider the following activities: spraying pesticides on a crop field, inspecting the craters of active volcanoes, collecting breath samples from spouting wells of DNA for DNA analysis. At present level of technology, which of the above activities can be successfully carried out by using drones? They are asking about drones. If you know that drones are used for launching missiles. Okay, these missiles will be launched to at precise and accurate measurement. Okay, when drones are used for missile launching, don't you think it can be easily used for spraying pesticides, inspecting craters, collecting breath sample for DNA analysis of whales, whoever? We can easily use. We can even use for tracing tigers, lions. You can use for everything, for locating terrorist movements, for scanning terrorist bases. This is what happened before surgical strikes. So answer is D. In examination, you should not think drones are really can use for collecting DNA samples of whales. Can they collect whales or not? It's very simple. Where will be going like this? Drone will go above and collect the water that whale releases. That's it. DNA sample can be collected. So everything drone can do. Even it can do field survey, crop survey for insurance claims. It can do anything. It's very famous, right? Drones are used for taking pictures by photographers, by scientists or anyone. So it can do anything. You should not think too much. This is a very easy question. So these 5 questions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these 5 questions are asked in 2020 prelims. So these 5 questions are very easy. So 10 marks you should have scored very easily. Now the question is, how do we know that UPSC will ask this type of easy questions again? Is the biggest dilemma that aspirants may have. For that, we have to look at other questions which UPSC asked in different years. Which of the following are the reason for occurrence of multi-drug resistance in microbial pathogens in India? They are asking about occurrence of, means something happening, occurrence of multi-drug resistance. There will be drugs, these pathogens, these drugs are not affecting these pathogens because these pathogens got resistance against this drug power. This is the meaning of multi-drug resistance, and this is occurrence. They are saying about occurrence, right? Genetic predisposition of some people. See, this is something happening, okay, in middle of your life. It's saying that genetic disposition of some people, means it should be by birth. So it is wrong because the question itself saying occurrence, for the reason for the occurrence of multi-drug resistance, means it is something happening now, not before. If it is there from the before, it will not be occurrence, it is increasing. Okay, so 1 is wrong, so 1 is wrong, so 2 3 automatically correct. Okay, so you have to see whether this thing is correct or wrong. Multiple chronic diseases in some people. Okay, chronic diseases means prolonged, the disease will be for lifelong. Imagine one guy is having 2 diseases which are lifelong. He will be continuously using medicines. Okay, do you think he will get uh, the pathogen will be multi-drug will turn into multi-drug resistant? No. Why? How can we say it will not turn? Because taking incorrect doses of antibiotics to cure diseases, incorrect doses, but this guy is taking proper doses, right? When he is taking proper dose, then automatically 4 is wrong. To answer this, the second option you should understand. If you tick second option as correct, then automatically 4 will go wrong. So answer will be, this is wrong. So 2 and 3. Even if you don't know this one, it's not a big problem, because you will know 2 and 3 as correct. 2 is correct. When 2 is correct, automatically 3 is correct. Okay. So when 2 is correct, automatically 4 is wrong. So answer is B. So come to the second question now. That is the question asked in 2019. Okay. Which of the following statement is not correct? Hepatitis B virus is transmitted much like HIV. Hepatitis B, unlike hepatitis C, does not have a vaccine. See, is not correct. It's our thing. It's not. The question is about not correct. Okay. Hepatitis B, unlike hepatitis B, so hepatitis C does not have a vaccine. Globally, the number of people infected with hepatitis B and C virus are several times more than those infected with HIV. Some of those infected with hepatitis B and C virus does not show the symptoms for many years. So which is not correct here? This is direct question. We all know, even in previous question I have discussed about hepatitis B vaccine when we are discussing about the vaccine question. So hepatitis B has vaccine. Hepatitis C doesn't have vaccine. In 2020, scientists got Nobel Prize in medicine because he found hepatitis C virus. So answer is B. Very easy question. See this. RNA interference technology has gained popularity in last few years. Why? It is used in developing gene slicing therapies. It can be used in developing therapies for the treatment of cancer. It can be used to develop hormone replacement therapies. It can be used to produce crop plants that are resistant to virtual pathogens. See, RNA interference. You are saying that you don't know, this one. Okay, definitely out of these two, one must be correct, right? Because these two sounds familiar to us. It is used in developing gene slicing therapies. It can be used in developing therapies for treatment of cancer. What should be right here? If you say this is correct, automatically this will be correct, because gene slicing therapies are used for treating cancers. Okay, so when 1 and 2 is correct, where is 1 and 2 here? So automatically 4 is correct, 3 is wrong. Answer is A. Very simple. Because cancer will affect genes. Okay, cancer will affect genes. When in a cell gene is affected, cancer will develop. So when you are treating cancer, automatically gene slicing therapies you will use, one of the therapies. So these two are correct. As simple as that. It is A. No need to think and get panic. Oh, I don't know what is RNA. How can I answer? You should not think like that. Now, with reference to the communication technologies, what is or the difference and differences between LTE, long-term evolution, and voice over long-term evolution? See, in the question itself, they are asking for LTE, and here also LTE is there. Voice over long-term evolution means what? What is the difference? You can derive difference by yourself now. There is technology something here. This technology is for A, imagine. Okay, now what is this technology for? Voice over plus LTE, right? So here A is there. It has added one more thing, Vivo, that is B, imagine. So this consists of A and B, this consists of A. This is the difference you have to understand. We don't know what is A and what is B, but still you have to logically derive like this. Okay, because in the question itself there is LET and LET here. Now we'll see. LET is commonly marked as 3G. If LET is marked as 3G, what is H plus? When you are using mobile, here it will show H plus. What is that? And here it will show LTE. What is that? This is 3G, this is 4G. So this is wrong. LTE is data only. So this is, it's saying that LTE is A. A is data only, it's saying. A is equal to data plus LTE. So automatically here data is there, A is there. Voice over LTE is voice only, B. Voice means B. Okay, means what? Here A and B is there. It's not only voice, right? Here also if A is data, here also data is there. Here voice is there. So here both voice and data is there. Here only data is there. So this is also wrong. So answer is D. Very simple. You no need to know what is what. You should just know that in mobile phone, definitely many times you should have observed here H place will be there. In one SIM LTE will be there, or wo LTE will be there. Nowadays everything is wo LTE. So this is the answer. Very simple question. Come to the fifth question. In the context of wearable technology, which of the following tasks is or accomplished of wearable devices? Location identification of a person, sleep monitoring of a person, assisting the hearing impaired person. See, wearable devices are not new to us, because we would have seen Apple Watch or fitness watch, some watch. Even UPSC, if you go for mains exam, it will not allow you some digital watch, because it thinks that it is some wearable device, right? So wearable devices, even for interview if you go, it will not allow wearable devices. So Apple Watch, example, Apple Watch, smartwatch, anything. Imagine you have taken smartwatch with you. Do you think location identification of person is not possible? It's possible, because in smartphones GPS will be there, everything will be there. It is possible. Sleep monitoring of a person, yes, smartphone, it can monitor anything, your movement, your steps, how many steps you have taken in a day also it will monitor. So it is very easy. 1 and 2 is correct. So 1 and 2 is correct, automatically 3 is correct. Very easy question. Consider the following statements: birds, dust blowing, rain, wind blowing. Which of the above can spread plant diseases? It's saying which of the above can spread plant diseases. Birds, what birds will do? Plant, this is a tree take, or a plant you take, anything you take. Bird will come and sit on this plant. The disease have some fruit. This plant has some fruit. The bird will eat this plant, this fruit, and it will go and fly and sit on other plant. Whatever it has eaten, it will rub here. Imagine its beak, it will use his beak to eat, right? It will rub here. So the virus or pathogen will transfer to this tree. So birds will do that. Okay, Dust blowing, yes, virus or bacteria, fungus, the weight of these three pathogens, any pathogen, any microorganisms, are very negligible. It will easily carried by the winds, that can be dust blowing or winds, anything. It will easily can be carried and transferred to the other plants. If this plant is beside this plant only, it will carry to this plant. So this is also correct. Rain and wind blowing, so dust blowing and wind blowing both are same. Okay, now the rain, because 1 2 4 everybody will select, but option is there. Rain, imagine two trees, two plants, one plant is here, one plant is here in the land. Rain will fall. Okay, when rain droplets falls, here also the rain droplets will fall, the same droplet. Don't you think the rain droplet will carry this virus or fungus or bacteria and transfer that on this plant? It will transfer, because of rain fall, bacteria and virus will not die, or fungus. Okay, so answer is D. If virus can die due to rainfall, then in last 1.5 year, India has received lot of, India and world has received lot of rainfall. By now corona should have wiped out from the earth, so it has not happened. So the rains will not kill virus, because water will not kill virus. Rain or water both are same. If water can kill virus, we no need to spend billions of dollars for finding medicine for virus diseases or bacteria diseases or any other disease. So answer is D. Very simple answer. This is the most difficult question, because in exam tension we may not think that we may think that in exam tension rain will not act as medium which transfer pathogens. So come to the 7th question. In which of the following areas can GPS technology be used? They are asking where GPS can be used. Mobile phone operations, can we use or not? Every mobile has this GPS, so we can use. Banking operations, why can't we use? If you know 1 and 2 is correct, automatically D is answered. Nowadays even for road construction also GPS is used, GPS tag. For anything GPS can be used. This is also very easy question. You should not think, for controlling power grid can be used or not, so we will eliminate 3 and answer will be A. If you think like this, then definitely your answer will go wrong. You should not think. Mobile phone operation is using, it is also based on the software. It is also based on the software. It will also work on based on software technology, IT technology. So when both are IT technology, why can't we use GPS for both? You can use, as simple as that. D. Should not think too much. 3D printing has application in which of the following? What is 3D printing? The name itself is there. There is a machine, whichever material you give, means raw material, there will be design here like this. It will print in the same way in 3D. These design can be some missionary designs, some confectionery designs, some non-missionary designs, anything, any design, some saree design, anything. Okay, so preparation of confectionery items, correct. Manufacturing of bionic ears, correct? Ears, legs, anything, because this can be anything, confectionery or non-missionary or missionary or anything, any design, whatever the design, whatever the raw material you give, it will give that to you. 1 and 2 is correct. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, answer is D. That's it. You don't need to check automobile or reconstructive surgeries or data processing technology. You don't need to check. 1 and 2 is right, answer is D. That's it. Very simple question. In India, it is legally mandatory for which of the following to report the cyber security incidents? Very simple. There is a house, there is office, and some other organization. Here in this house, one human is killed. In this office, one human is killed. In some organization, one human is killed. If the owner of this house, means this individual, if he fails to report this incident, then it will be termed as crime. If the owner of this MNC, if he fails to report this incident, then case will be filed on him, the CEO or the MD, on MD or CEO. And the same way in organization, in some organization, if this organization fails to file a case, then the owner of this organization will on the owner of this organization case will be filed. So this is about a murder case. The same way, cyber security incidents is also crime. Okay. To report on, it is legally mandatory. Okay, to report on cyber security incidents. Who service providers, cyber security incidents will happen here. Data center says here also cyber security incidents will happen. Corporate body, here also cyber security incidents will happen. So answer is D. Wherever cyber security happens, they should inform. It is true. So it is confirmed that UPSC asks very easy questions in science and technology, where you can easily score 10 to 14 marks with very little knowledge and with very little awareness. With small hint, if you have also, with that hint you can derive an answer, but condition is you should not get panic and you should not do overthinking. If you do overthinking, what happens? You will eliminate 3 immediately. Answer will be A. If you do overthinking, what happens? Reconstructive surgeries. Answer will be B. Wrong. Here also, if you do overthinking, you will eliminate 3. Answer will be C. Gone. Here in every question it will be like that. You should always remember one thing, that UPSC conducting this prelims exam not to make you pass, it conducting exam to make you fail. To make you fail, it's not giving difficult questions, it's giving easy only. But in these easy questions, it's including some trap. You should not fall to this trap. If you don't want to fall to this trap, you should be very intelligent and you should not do overthinking in the examination. So that's it for today. Thank you.